What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one, I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock and what you should be looking out for the future of this company. I'm also going to be talking about where I see the share price going for Monday. Now, Monday is going to be pretty tricky to predict because of the fact that we could kind of go either way, but I do expect bearish price action for Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm going to show you guys exactly why based off the CPI data and how I think this is going to affect our economy for months, if not years to come. Now, before I break this down, before I get into any more details about the share price, I do have to mention a couple of things real quick. The first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please don't take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, but benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. The last things, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link down below and in the description. If you sign up for Webull with my link down below and deposit any amount of money, whether it's $1 or 100, it's up to you. You are guaranteed 5 free stocks, each worth up to $2,000. Once again, that's free money, and you could always sell these 5 free stocks, whether it's for $100, $1,000. You could sell them and buy some Tesla shares for free. So this is your chance to not only get some free money, but to buy some Tesla shares for free. This is a limited time offer that ends in less than a week. So please check it out to get your free Tesla shares. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. So looking at Tesla, we were down about 3% for the day. Now, I am recording this on Saturday early in the morning, so there isn't any crazy piece of news that came out that I see really pushing us up as of right now. Like, I'm talking about us rallying to the upside, but things are looking a little bit bearish for the entire market going forward. And why am I saying that? Well, we are starting to drop a little bit more, but we do have this gap right over here, right? There's this very close gap right here. And typically Mondays are green days for Tesla. Now, for stocks, if we are red on Fridays, there are often many instances where we could be red on a Monday. So it's very possible for us to run up a little bit, fill the gap, and then drop a little bit hard and maybe close, I don't know, maybe slightly green, but just barely green. That's a very big possibility. There's also this gap down here. And I'm going to remind you guys, there's still some people arguing that the gap is at 1020. I'm highlighting the gap with this red line. The red line is pointing at 1010. I'm zooming this in. It's at 1010. The gap is at 1010. So I do see Tesla dropping there in the later days of the week. I don't know if it's even going to happen on Monday. I mean, you guys just need to be prepared for that. And that's because of what's coming out from the news. So CPI data, it's going to be released on Tuesday. And this is going to be massive for our economy, for the stock market. So, one of the things was that it reached expectations back in March when it was reported for the month of February. And they found that the CPI was 7.9%. And if you don't know, CPI is Consumer Price Index. It's just one of the inflationary measures that economists use. It's not super comprehensive, but it's often accepted. And this is the big one that's accepted and can affect the markets. So this is huge because on April 12th, right, that's this Tuesday, they're going to be announcing, okay, what was the inflationary data, the inflationary estimate for March of 2022. And once again, it's not the best number from an economist standpoint, but it does have merit, which is why it's widely accepted. It's going to be released at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. So what do you guys think is going to happen? Inflation going down or inflation being the same or going up? And I think it's very possible that it's going to be high, even higher than 7.9%, at least I would say 8.3%, if I'm going to be honest. And it's hard for me to say that because in a healthy economy, you don't want an economy growing too fast. You want a slow and steady growth rate for an economy to be healthy. We need inflation to be around 2 to 2.5% for it to be normal. We don't want it to be 8%, and that's what it's looking like. I mean, look at the forecast. Not the forecast, I mean the previous data. Look at inflation. We had 1%, 1.7%. 2.6%, over 4%, 5%. Was that 6%, 7%? It's getting out of control. The last time it was 7.9%. It looks like it's about to go above 8%. That's not good. That's not good whatsoever. Inflation is a tax on the American people, believe it or not. Okay? The dollar you have in your pocket is not worth what it was a year ago. The price of goods foods, all sorts of things are becoming very expensive for Americans. The same is happening to energy prices as a result of not just the whole situation in Ukraine. There are many other factors that are playing big roles. I mean, we're not in a great state, if I'm going to be honest with you. And typically, I think we're starting to see that shift in the yield curve that's pointing towards recession, right? A recession that is most likely going to start. Now, why are we seeing this? Well, that's due to the fact that the Fed are going to be changing their policies. They're going to slow down the rate at which they are pumping money in. They're going to reduce their balance sheet at a faster rate. And as a result, they're going to be raising the federal funds rate, which is going to raise interest rates. So all these things are going to be coming out, but we're seeing articles saying that this could fail, which does not make sense. Yes, raising the federal funds rate should lower inflation and most likely will, it most definitely will. Articles are saying why it could fail. There's so much FUD right now. That's my point. There are going to be a lot of news articles coming out exaggerating, making the situation even worse. They're going to be throwing hands. It's going to be crazy for the next, I would say, week or so. So all the FUD that's going to be coming out, all the thing that's going to incite fear into our stock market is going to have a very, very, very important effect for the next upcoming days and weeks. So I just want to prepare you guys for this. Sometimes news is not always good. I still love Tesla. It's a fantastic, fantastic company, but I don't just invest in it based off emotions. We have to invest in it based off rationalization. We have to make plays if you want to day trade it based off logic, based off what the chart is telling you. So if we look at other indicators just real quick, we could see the DMI, the ADX line is descending. That's a bearish indicator. We haven't really gotten, we're kind of seeing some sideways action because support was holding us pretty well. Still is looking a little bearish with that MACD. It looks like it's curling a little bit, but it still looks kind of bearish. Oversold on the RSI at 37.12. So yeah, it's kind of looking bearish, but that doesn't, Tesla's a very strange stock that sometimes surprises us on Mondays. So for Monday, it is possible for us to fill this gap at 1056, right? We could rally a little bit, then drop and end up closing at around 1040. That's very possible. That's one of the possibilities you have to be prepared for. But if we end up being red, if we end up dropping hard, our support is going to be at 1000. We have to hope that 1000 holds us up pretty well. Now, what's the more likely possibility? So we do know that this is not going to be a long-term bear market because we have all these gaps here. There's this gap up here. There's another gap way up here and in the 1080s. So where do I see us going? It's very hard to predict Monday. I do think we're going to fill this gap and go to the 1000 mark, perhaps by Tuesday or Wednesday. I do see that coming. But for Monday, it's a pretty much a close call. It could really go either way. But if I'm going to make any prediction, I do think it's looking a little bit bearish, and I do think that there's a lot of fear out there. So yeah, we have this gap up here. I don't know if we're going to fill it all the way. It is possible for us to run up a little bit, maybe fill it, maybe not. We could run up to like the 1040 mark, get hit by resistance, then drop once again. And if we do drop, we have to wait and see does 1025 hold us. If that doesn't hold us, if we end up dipping below that 1025 to $1020 range, we could end up dropping even more and go as low as the 1010 mark, right? That's where we fill the gap. And if that doesn't hold us, 1000 would be the next target. I am going to be a little bit bearish going into next week considering all the fear. So, like I said, my prediction would be I expect us to run up a little bit. It's about 1040s, somewhere around that range. It is possible for us to fill the gap. I don't truly know that. Then we could end up dropping after, and I expect us to drop a little bit. We could close very close to where we are around 1025 or between 1025 and 1010. Now, going into Tuesday and Wednesday, like I said before, I expect us to fill the gap, and we may see Tesla trading between the $1,000 and $980 range very, very soon before we get a nice bounce. And we have earnings the week after, so that should push us right back up to fill the gap way up here. It's very possible that we do that if they do announce the stock split during that time. So, anyways, that's what I have for this video. It's not the end of the world. I just want to keep you guys prepared. Be prepared for potential downside. Uh, don't worry because the fundamentals are still there. Things are still doing well for the long term. So if you're a long term investor, don't be too scared. And this is kind of like a warning. So you make your own financial decisions based off this. If you want to day trade or swing trade, it's up to you. But I'm just putting the information out there. Do what you got to do. And I'll thank you all so much for listening. Have a great rest of the day. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Tesla to the moon and peace out.